Hi, I'm Mark the Vet, and I'm at DFS Crufts 2010, and on the sofa with me today is...
Debbie Connolly.
And where are you from, Debbie?
Safepets.co.uk, my own company.
And what does safepets.co.uk do?
Behaviour. Originally best known for dogs, more latterly cats, and these days I even treat pigs and goats.
Wow, so you're loads of different animals.
A bit of everything.
Okay, now I've got a question for you, Debbie. With so much talk about puppy farming at the moment, I know you're an expert in behaviour, but what are the sort of scams? What should people look out for if they're getting a puppy and they feel like being duped or they're not sure?
Well, thanks to many campaigns, of which you're fronting a fabulous one as we speak, people are gradually getting better educated. But I think people miss the fact that it isn't just the supermarket angle. People are starting to get the fact that if they turn up at essentially a superstore and they see reams and reams of puppies in rows, that they probably weren't bred there and they're probably puppy farmed. But what they don't get is there's another angle to these scams. Now, I've seen situations where there are people who deliberately buy 1 or 2 litters to sell from their actual home. Now, people don't realise that that's a problem, and sadly, you get stories like the breeder of these puppies is terminally ill, they've left the country, we've fallen out, got divorced, had an argument, and people fall for this. Because they're in a home environment, it doesn't seem to occur to them that the scam could still be the option that these are from puppy farms. A friend of mine lives near someone who actually does this on a regular basis, and sadly, there doesn't seem to be any sort of law that we can invoke to stop the person from doing it, because it's not illegal to sell on animals that you haven't bred yourself, which is a great pity, but that is just one scam. I once rescued 4 Westie puppies from a lady in a 2nd floor flat, and she'd been unable to sell them. She bought them, she paid at the time £200 a puppy to sell for 400, not Kennel Club registered, no proper paperwork. She seriously thought that she would make a quick buck, and at 12 weeks they were trashing the place, locked in the bathroom, screaming, absolutely filthy, dirty, full of worms, and she wanted them rescuing. When I arrived, she asked me if there was any chance I'd give her 50 quid for them. No, and I took them away anyway.
That's great. And just finally, when the classic advice, the golden line is always see the mother. Are there any scams? Is this always the way? I mean, I know there's ways around it from dealers. Tell us some of them.
The classic scam, and I've spoken to 2 people quite recently who sadly bought from the same puppy farm. I live in a part of Wales where it's a rife industry in my area, and I work very hard to try and get things in the local press to tell people that we are in, sadly, puppy farmland in Carmarthenshire. Now, one of the things is, I know one lady who said she went to a puppy farm, she went to see some Cocker Spaniels, she was shown a litter of probably 6-7-week-old puppies, and a mother was brought out to show her, who was filthy dirty, terrified, didn't look old enough to have even had any puppies, but how do you prove one way or another that it's not the parents? So that dog was taken away. Some other people happened to go on the same day to check this place out, and were brought, a different litter, were brought the same dog out and shown as the mother of the litter. Now, you know, unless you're Superman and can do some kind of x-rays and other tests in your head, how can you prove that's not the parent? I mean, the fact remains you shouldn't be in there buying in the first place, so just don't go.
So at the end of the day, it's down to education and just being aware. It's
down to education, it's down to conscience. The sad fact is, I've met people who've bought on purpose, because no questions asked, it's pay your money, and they've often sadly been turned down by good breeders who are saying it's not the dog for you, you're not suitable, get a different breed, and instead of learning and being grateful for the fact that they haven't ruined an animal's life, they go to a puppy farm and buy exactly the same breed they've been warned off just because they want to, and there's unfortunately a lot of that about as well.
That's brilliant advice, Debbie. And really finally, what's your website so people can get in touch with you, find out more information about what you've just said, and in fact, just so many tips on how to get a puppy? Well,
as you know, because you kindly copied it to your website, I've got a safe dog buying article, which is funny, but it makes all the relevant points, and that's on safepets.co.uk.
That's brilliant, Debbie. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mark. Nice to see you again.
Cheers.